What have I just actually watched? Liverpool 2, Everton 0, match reaction. I don't even know what to start with. I guess I'll start with the non-biased part. Michael Keane is the worst defender in the world. Can you actually name a centre-back that is worse than Michael Keane? Because I can't. I would rather Harry Maguire. I would rather Matthew Pennington. I would rather literally anyone. And we have Benjamin Godfrey sat on that bench. Okay, I had to get that out of the way. We'll talk about Michael Keane more later. First half. I don't know where to start. I should go in chronological order. Tsimikas has taken a man out 4 times and not been booked. But yet, Ashley Young does it twice and he gets a red card. Now, I'm not saying that Ashley Young's weren't yellow cards. I think the first one was a bit harsh, but the second one was definitely a yellow card. But if Tsimikas is doing that, then I'm sorry to say it, but Ashley Young can't get sent off because Tsimikas is doing the exact same thing as Young. But okay, Young sent off. We keep going well all the rest of the half. The first half we were decent and we were in the game still, up until the Young red card. You're into the second half and you're thinking, okay, you're gonna, if you're gonna make a sub, it'll be Pawson maybe for Jack Harrison, and if you want to make a defensive sub, you also probably bring Godfrey. You don't bring on Keane because Keane is shit. But what does he do? He brings off Jack Harrison, like I said, that's fine, Patty. But then you bring off Dwight McNeil, the only player in our entire team that can actually bring the ball forward for Michael Keane. If you're going to bring him off, you bring Benjamin Godfrey on, because 1, he has pace, and 2, he's actually good at defending, and 3, he's not sticking his hand out like this. That is the second time Keane has done it in a couple of months. He did it against Tottenham, and he saved himself by scoring the goal. But he sticks his arm out like this when defending. It's all good to go in like this and have the arm next to you, because you're not going to even wear a pen. But if you're going like that, then it's only one way. If it hits your arm, it's a penalty. And it's just ridiculous how he doesn't know this stuff. I don't know what happened to Michael Keane, because he does not look like the player that he was when we signed him for 30 million from Burnley. And he's just so bad. Okay. Anyway, back to chronological order. Second half kicks off and we're defending for our lives now because we're 10 men. And the game keeps going, they keep attacking. You're thinking they're going to score eventually. Whether it's a penalty, whether it's a screamer, whether it's a 2-yard tap-in, they're going to score. We all knew it. And if you didn't think of that, then I'm sorry to say it, but you weren't thinking properly. We all knew they were going to score eventually. But in the manner that it happened, and that's the whole game, the manner that the game happened, I knew from the kickoff, I knew from yesterday, I knew from a month, I knew from when the games were scheduled that we had no chance of winning this. We never win at Anfield, we never do well at Anfield, and when we do, we get Carlo Ancelotti and James Rodriguez on the pitch. So what else is going to happen? And Liverpool have no centre-backs either, so I would hope we were able to do that. But the manner that this game happened in is what every Everton fan is so frustrated about. Anyway, continue. Kanate picked up his first yellow, which was it was obviously yellow if, Tarks was getting booked. Tarks got booked, no, Tarks didn't get booked for that. Tarks slid in when Jota dived and they got a foul. But, yeah, they didn't lead to anything, luckily, for the referee. Kanate gets his first yellow, which was a yellow. Then, about 10 minutes later, Beto gets the ball played through for Beto. He takes one touch and he's around him. And as he's about to go around him, which he does, Kanate goes like this and pulls him to the ground. There's only one man in front, left for Beto to beat. And that's, yes, it's Van Dijk, but I don't care. He's the wrong goal. Every single person, even Liverpool fans, are saying it's a red card. How is it not a red card? If Young is a red card, that's a red card. If Young is a red card, Tsimikas should be booked. I'm not saying Tsimikas should be sent off, because let's be honest, the only one that was a proper dirty foul was the one where he barged into Jack Harrison off the ball. That is a definite yellow. But how? Just how isn't he getting a red card for taking the man down? It's ridiculous. Anyway, game moves on, and they bring Matip on because they realise that Konate's going to probably get sent off if he doesn't get brought off. Well, it probably wouldn't have been because Pawson's just there doing whatever he wants for Liverpool. Michael Keane. I know I already talked about it once, but I want to talk about it again. So, I can't remember what. I think Diaz beats Pawson. Pawson is still there. He's probably about to maybe get a foot around it and get out for a corner. Or it's going to be played across into James Tarkowski, who's going to clear it. Or Trent Brantwaite. It's going to be cleared, most likely. Unless we make a mistake. Which is exactly what happens. And Michael Keane comes into him, which I don't even need it to be honest. He probably could just stood his ground and wait for the ball to be played across. And he runs across. I know. If you're going to try and block it, you don't have your arm stuck out there. You have your arm nice and tucked in, so you can't give away a pen. If it hits you, it's not a pen, because you have your arms in a natural position. Sorry to say it, Michael Keane. Up here is not a natural position when you're defending. So, you're Michael Keane. What do? You keep your arms in tight. Not like this. Hits him here. Sorry to say it, it's a penalty every day of the week. What is Michael Keane doing? What is he doing? All you have to do, Michael Keane, is keep your arms tight and block it with your leg. If you want to go for it, you block it with your leg. You go bang. You obviously can't see me, but you just put your leg up and you block it. You don't have your arm this high. It's common sense. I'm a goalkeeper and I know this. You're a professional player who is 30. How do you not know this? It should be blatant for you. It should be common knowledge to not have your arm that high up. Once you've done it, and you've done it once already. Once is bad enough. But then you do it a second time? 2 times? At what point does Dyche realise that Godfrey is the option, not Keane? It's ridiculous now how the favouritism towards Keane is going on and on and on. Anyway, we're trying to get back in the game, so we're bringing Shermity on. I'm more than fine with Shermity and Dan Jumbo coming on because, let's be honest, they were probably the 2 right options. Maybe not for the right players. I think the Corey should have came off and Jimmy, but I think the problem is if you brought Jimmy off, then you have no one to take set pieces because Harrison and Blighty aren't on the pitch. Which, I'm sorry, why do you bring off both your wingers as well? Why would you bring off both your wingers? Anyway, we have a minute or 2, 3 minutes to go. We need a goal. And the ball just doesn't stick to Chermity. It just bobbles everywhere but his feet. Liverpool go on the counter. Darwin Núñez sweaties it to Mo Salah. Mo Salah gets his second after converting the penalty, which I felt was just a brilliant pen. But Craig Pawson, I've not talked about you really yet. I've talked about the penalty and I've talked about, which was a pen, and I've talked about the potential red card. So, I think the first one for Young is never a yellow because Tsimikas hasn't been booked yet. If Tsimikas had been booked, then I'm more than happy to give Young a yellow card for that. But you're not booking Tsimikas for doing the same stuff. Second one was definitely yellow. You know, he's not anywhere near the ball. But Tsimikas needed to be booked as well. He did it 4 times in 20 minutes. That's my problem with it. Now, I just don't really talk about Dyche, as obviously he wants a league official or referee official, someone like that, to be in his office on Monday morning. Now, it's obviously not going to happen because, you know, we're not Liverpool, you can't get that luck. It's just annoying when something happens to Liverpool, they complain, they get it, and then a referee performance puts in like that because they're trying to make up for Liverpool. It's just really, really annoying how, you know, whoever it was that had the referee performance against Spurs, fair enough, that was shambolic. But you can't just ban one referee from not being able to referee Liverpool. That's not how it works. You either sack him or you keep him on and you let him referee any game. Because that now means that Liverpool, they're going to get decisions going their way. Like the Konate. Why is VAR not looking at that? You know, it actually had a decent game, VAR. It got every decision right when it was called upon. The Diaz penalty, that was never a pen. But then the handball, it got that right when it wasn't given. You know, VAR had a good game. But then it's not being called upon for red cards. Like, you know, if Kanate is pulling his man back, but it's only going to be a second yellow, why does VAR not look at that? Because that could change the game. But that's not VAR's fault, because they've been instructed to not look at that stuff. So, how? You can't tell me VAR's being used properly until yellow cards also get checked. Only if the yellow card's given, or if it's a potential second red card, or second yellow for a red card. So, I'm fine with yellow cards not being checked if they're not on a yellow. But when it comes to that situation, why is it not being checked for a second yellow? If the player's already on a yellow card, VAR should look at it. If the player gets given a yellow, it should be checked. If the player's already on a yellow and it's for a second yellow, it should be checked. It should not only be checked for red cards. And that's where my issue comes in with it, because that could go to 10v10, and then the game's open to everyone. Liverpool have 2 defenders on the pitch, and one's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Liverpool have to bring off an attacker. We maybe can bring on an attacker for Michael fucking Keane. But no, it doesn't get checked. It's still 11v10 and we lose. The game's 0-0 at that point still. You know, that completely opens the door for anyone to win. And it's just ridiculous how bad refereeing is in this league. The English Premier League, the English league system is one of the best league systems in the world, and yet you have the worst referees in charge of it. Why just the Premier League? Why do the FA not employ their own referees as well? You know, Mike Dean's was about 67, Craig Pawson's about 55. They're all old. They're stuck in the old game, and they're not even in the old game anymore. I'd rather the old game. They're all stuck in the modern game of if you get touched lightly, it's a red card. And it's ridiculous. Anyway, that's all I've got to say. Man of the match for me would probably go to Mikalenko or Nana. I think they both actually had pretty good games. We go into, I think it's West Ham next away, then Brighton at home. If we can just get anything out of those, I'll take it. No Young, that's kind of a positive though, because for the West Ham game, because Patterson actually had a decent game when he came on. Dropped Michael Keane completely. Don't even want to see him on the bench against West Ham. I'd much rather see Tyler on Yang or some youngster on the bench. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys again in the next one. And I can do a players ratings if you guys want. Tell me in the comment section below. Anyway, I'll see you guys again in the next one. And goodbye. And goodbye.